So kind of excited today. We're doing our first whiskey tasting at the Whiskey Biscuit today.
Yeah, this place is great. This is Aaron's place. We've got to try many a whiskey with people in this place.
Yes. Well, so today we got some special things dropped off also. One of being the William Larue Weller. Well, let's open it up and get to it and see what we think. So Wellers come in about 125 usually in that area. This one happens to be a 124.7 proof.
Nice. I like a good hot bourbon. So what do you know about this?
Well, it's part of the BTAC, the Buffalo Trace higher end line stuff. It's kind of the king of the Weller line, if you will. There's not a lot of release. It's very sought after, a unicorn style bottle. I believe this is just over 12 years aged. Yes.
12 years, 6 months, I believe, is okay. what I saw online. So
okay.
You can tell there's some rich flavors in there.
Yeah.
Definitely very full-bodied, rich flavors.
Well, you know, we tried a bunch last night. This definitely has more playing on the nose than a lot of the stuff you drink.
Yeah.
You can tell there's a little bit more quality even just off of that.
I just always sum it up as flavor, but that's what it is to me. It's going to have different taste to it, get into the little bit of the fruits, the caramel that we can kind of smell on the nose a little bit.
Well, I feel
just
like it
definitely smells full-bodied and that there's flavor in there.
Well, and it's more layered. You know, a lot of times you'll get hit with the alcohol, you'll get hit with maybe just a sweet or just a fruit, but this has a lot of complex and a lot of layers with it.
Yes, let's dig in. Wow.
Right away.
Right away. That's got some bold flavors, good bold flavors, and then the heat follows right in behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And it lingers. That's sticking around.
Allspice.
Yeah. It is a little spicy.
Mm-hmm. But the sweet allspice, you know, that add in sweet cinnamon.
Yep.
But yet it's still, this is what I'm saying, is it's not just those, but then you get richer fruits.
Yes, rich is a good word when I taste this. I feel like a rich,
right?
Very rich.
Well, we talked about a lot of the other ones and maybe more the you know, raisins and plums and all that. And as we always like to say, stone fruit. Don't forget your stone fruit.
Yes.
But this has more of a brighter, like cherry. I actually taste cherry in this, but it is a sweeter cherry.
The hard fruits. I mean, for me, it really is immediately you get hit with all of the flavor, and then it kind of layers itself out, and then the spicy heat comes in at the back end, and it sticks around.
Yeah, well,
for a while still.
I mean, there is leaps and bounds quality from nose to mouthfeel to flavor on this as a lot of the others. Well, and there are ones that you and I like at a much more reasonable price, but if we were to have this first and then try to go to something else, there would be no coming back from it that day.
Right. Oh, no, you couldn't. It wouldn't be fair to put this up against a lot. What would you put this up against if you had to pick another full-bodied, rich flavored?
Oh man.
I mean,
the thing that jumped into my head, and this is going to sound dumb because it's completely different, but the Hard Truth single barrel sweet mash rye.
Okay.
That popped into my head for a moment. I mean, this is so much richer and all that, but that Hard Truth's sweet mash rye single barrel has a lot of the sweet and I guess brighter fruits to me like this, but obviously it's not on the level of that. And shout out to Hard Truth. I mean, I love that single barrel that they have.
It is great.
Is
but
a good
this, one. It really is. It's a
well, and I think about all the other Wellers. You know, we have the 12-year, the single barrel foolproof, the antique, and I just don't get any similar. This doesn't taste anything like those to me. This is just so much more going on.
It is a lot more complex and full-bodied. I mean, there's just all the way through, like you said, from the nose to the tasting to the finish. There's a lot going on there, and it's good.
And there's nothing harsh about it, which it shouldn't be. God, That's good.
That is good. Is it pointless to talk about the price?
No, because you're probably not going to find it. And if you find it, again, you're probably paying $800 to $1,500 for this bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I think most people know the only way you're going to get it at a liquor store is a lottery. If you happen to know exactly when they're going to be bringing stuff out, this isn't something they just, shelf stock.
Right.
So,
No.
yeah, these are lotteries or someone. And then, this is a secondary. I get usually one bottle a year of something like this. And I didn't get a bottle last year. So I was pretty excited to see that.
I think
was
it's
getting
great.
it.
Yeah.
So.
And we should, like we always do, revisit it. And as soon as possible.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Hey.
Let me finish before I revisit. Tasty.
Yes. Okay. So you may not be able to get a bottle of this, but you couldn't go places to get a pour. I mean, obviously we're going to be selling it here at the Whiskey Biscuit in Inglewood, but this is one worth to try.
Yes, for sure. Stop in and check it out.
Got another surprise that came in today, and we are going to be trying the George T. Stagg. Very excited about this. Have you had the George T. Stagg before?
I have, actually, with you. You've poured it for me. I don't remember if it was last year's.
I think it was the 2021.
21,
I
okay.
believe. So,
I've had that.
Yes.
With you. I haven't had it a lot of other times, but I will say that based off of that tasting and maybe one or two more, I definitely look forward to getting to try it.
Yes.
And I know that not a lot of people get to, try it as well. So that makes it a little more exciting.
Well, and we just got to try the William Larue, which was nice.
It's very good.
But we'll see how this kind of compares to it. A little bit higher proof on this one. 136 proof.
Bringing the heat.
Yes.
Getting close to hazmat status.
There you go.
George T. So Aaron got the call today for his allocated whiskeys. We ran home, grabbed the cameras real quick, and within an hour of getting them, are here trying them.
Yes.
These are that good. They have the namesake. What makes George T. Stagg like such a sought-after whiskey?
Well, first off, I want to say, I think you and I are saints with such strong wills that we waited an hour, like you said.
We did.
Almost a whole hour before we were trying this. And I don't
We
think
had
we
to
got a lot of
taste-
willpower.
We had to taste whiskey last night.
Yes. But, so there's very limited bottles. I get a bottle once a year to every other year, depending on it. This is one that usually winds up in people's top, however, like their best whiskeys of the year. Inevitably, George T. Stagg always gets put in there.
Yeah.
I did get to try last year's though, and while I thought it was still great and loved it, a lot of the people who tend to know a lot more and a lot more experience than I were tended to say that it wasn't on par with the prior years.
Okay.
So we will see what this is like. It would have been nice to still have had a little bit of George T. Stagg from last year to pour into this, but I guess that would have been though 2 years ago, not last year, 2 years.
Right.
Okay, well.
We don't have that. We can dream about it and drink about it.
Cheers on this one.
Cheers. Golly.
Again, this is just off the nose right away. There's
is.
no questioning whether there is flavor and levels and complexity to this.
Flavor and heat. I'm getting more heat, and you said it's a higher proof. You can see in the color, that's dark. I mean, that is a dark whiskey. I like the heat.
There they are.
All right,
Okay,
I gotta
there they
taste
are.
it.
Okay, jump in.
Oh yeah, right away again. It's bringing more heat
I get punched with the heat on this one
right
away.
right away. It doesn't
Yep.
linger in towards the back of the throat like the last one, but it is right away. You get that barrel right up front, but you can see it. You can see how dark it is, and you're tasting that right up front. It's good though. I mean, it still brings flavor. It actually is kind of the opposite of the last one in that the sweetness
And
comes
the last
in.
one being the Larue.
Oh, the Larue, yeah,
I was
sorry.
going to say that
The sweetness comes in on the tail end of it, and the heat hits up front. Whereas on the Larue, the sweetness was right up front with the flavor, and then the heat like right in your mouth.
Well, and you and I are usually backwards on heat, but I'm with you on this one.
Yeah.
Heat right up front. I'm not getting as much of the sweet, and we aren't trying to do a comparison video here, but since we just did the Larue, it's tough not to do a comparison with it.
Right.
I get the fruits, I still get the cherries. I get more
Cherry for sure.
I want to say I get more toffee and maybe caramels kind of flavoring. But this is, and it surprises me, while this is hotter, I got a lot more flavor, a lot more robust flavor off the Larue
Oh, yes.
than I did off of this one.
That's what I was going to say. I agree
Okay.
with that. This is bringing more heat than the flavor, but not a bad heat. It's just spicy.
Right.
And it hits you right up front. If you let it linger for a little bit, I get cherry on the back end, on the finish.
Yep, because I was going to say now, having had a couple of drinks, the heat is subsiding a bit, and I'm actually able to get the flavors a lot more than I did those first couple drinks.
Yeah.
So, which I think I'm saying is I need to drink a couple glasses of this so
Couple
I can
glasses
really
of them.
get what I'm supposed to taste.
Don't put this in the video, but Larue over Stagg in a heartbeat.
Easily.
Easily.
It
Hey, put it
is-
in the video. I don't care.
Yeah, what's your problem?
Yeah.
Hey, pour us.